The Little White Kitten. Once there was a beautiful big black cat who had 5 brand new kittens. 4 of them were black, just like their mother, and the 5th little kitten was white. He was white as a snowflake, without a black hair on him. The little white kitten did not notice at first that he was all white. All he thought of was sleeping close to his mother and drinking her good warm milk. And when the 5 little kittens were big enough to run and play, that little white kitten was much too busy to notice what color he was. He liked to chase his sisters' tails and bits of feathers or fluff. He loved to play hide and seek in the coal bin with his 4 black sisters, but for some reason he was always the first one caught. "I wonder why," mewed the little white kitten, and for some reason his mother was always washing him. "Why is it always me?" the little white kitten asked. "Why do you wash me all the time?" "Stand still," his mother said. "You are as black as coal." The little white kitten looked at his mother and he looked at his sisters. "Everybody is as black as coal," he thought. He did not say it. His mother was holding his head down with her paw, and he could not say anything. Now all those kittens grew and became fat, roly-poly, middle-sized kittens. "Quite big enough now to wash themselves," their mother said. One day she lined them up in front of her. "Kittens," she said, "watch me and do just as I do." Then she began to lick her paws. All the kittens licked their paws too. "Now," the mother cat said, "look at your paws to make sure they are clean." All the kittens looked at their paws. "Clean as tar," said the first black kitten. "Clean as ink," said the second black kitten. "Clean as coal," the third black kitten said. The 4th black kitten said, "Mine are as clean as if they were painted black." But the 5th kitten, the little white kitten, looked at his paws and said, "Oh dear, oh goodness, oh, what have I done?" He ran into the coal bin and hid in the dark and would not come out. "I have licked all the black off my paws," he said to himself. "I have spoiled my nice black paws." His mother called him. "Come out this minute," she said. "Your father is coming to see you today, and I want you all to look your best." The little white kitten, quite dirty by now, only dug deeper into the coal. "I cannot let my father see me all faded out like this," he thought. He looked at his paws. They were gray with coal dust. "Better," he mewed, "but not good enough yet." He rolled in the coal and rubbed in the coal until he was several shades darker. Then he hopped out, quite pleased with himself. "You are a disgrace!" his mother cried. She pounced on him and washed him and washed him and washed him. "There," she said, "now go out in the sun and get dry." The little white kitten went out and sat in the sun. The drier he got, the whiter he got. The whiter he got, the madder he got. He looked at his beautiful big black mother and his shiny little black sisters. They were sound asleep in the sun. "I have just simply got to get black like them," he said. Then he tiptoed down the porch steps and ran up the street. "This time," he thought, "I will not get black with coal. I will get black with something that will not wash off." And just then he saw a man painting an iron fence black. "Just the thing!" cried the little white kitten. He padded up to the paint pail and sniffed. "Ugh!" he sighed. "Smells awful, but anything to get black and shiny." He dipped one paw into the paint. When he pulled it out, it was black enough to suit him. "Here I go in," he mewed happily. He jumped up with his eyes closed and landed plop in the pail. But a big hand grabbed him by the scruff of the neck. "You silly kitten," cried the man who was painting the fence. "Get out of there." He took a rag and some turpentine and scrubbed that kitten. He scrubbed him till he was as white as snow. Then he set him down. "Now go away and stop bothering me," the man said. The little white kitten padded away, very angry and smelling of turpentine. "If people would only let me be," he thought, I was lovely and black, now I'm all faded out again." Then he saw some men putting tar on a road. They were taking the tar out of a great big smoking black tub. "Now is my chance," laughed the little white kitten. He ran toward the warm pail of tar. But just as he was about to leap up into the tub of tar, he smelled something that smelled wonderfully good. The little white kitten turned about and sniffed and looked. A cat was walking down the street with a big fish in his teeth. He was a big cat, and surely a very clever cat. Only a very clever cat would have a big fish like that in his mouth. And he was a white cat. He was white from nose to tail. The little white kitten thought him so beautiful that he forgot the tar. He would have forgotten the fish, too, only it did smell so very good. The little white kitten padded down the street after the big white cat. He did not go close because he thought the big cat would chase him away, but he stayed close enough to watch the way the big white cat walked and how it held its tail. Soon the little kitten was walking the same way, and pretty soon he and the big white cat were on the little kitten's own street. When the beautiful big white cat came to the kitten's house, he stopped. He put down the fish. He looked up at the porch and said, "Meow." It was a beautiful big meow. And then the little white kitten's big black mother came leaping down the steps, and after her came the 4 black kittens all shining in black. They purred for the big white cat. "Hello, Daddy," said the mother cat. "Fine-looking kittens," the big white cat said to the mother cat. But he looked a bit disappointed. "No white kittens?" he asked. "None like me?" When the little white kitten heard that, he ran up in front of his father and stood there all snowy white and purring. His mother smiled all over her shiny black face. "Just one white one," she said to the father cat, "and he is just like you." "So he is," purred the big white cat. "So he is. We have a fine family." He took his paw off the big fish and pushed it forward. "We must celebrate," he said. Then the 2 cats and the 5 kittens began to eat. The little white kitten stayed close by his father's side. He ate almost as much as his father did. And when every bit of the fish was gone, he washed himself as white as snow again. And oh, but he was glad he had not jumped into that pail of sticky black tar.